Well, good morning. Hey, it's been a while, quite a while. Been busy, uh, and as you can tell, unable to solve some of the video problems until now. Still not where I want to be there, but we're going to try to run with what we have. So, that being said, uh, sorry that there hasn't been anything for a long time, but hey, it is what it is, and we do what we can do the best we can do. Anyway, Sunday morning here. Uh, 1 week till Christmas, and my wife and I are in a frenzy trying to get a few things done that have been uh, kind of, hanging around, and we need to get them done and get them to our kids and our grandkids and our great grandkids, and a lot of them are fun projects, and a lot of them are things that you just never really think of that are kind of cool. Uh, First thing is, some time ago we were back in Idaho for a little bit, and there's a tree that we call, or called, I don't live in Idaho any longer, but the years that we lived back here, we always called it tag alder. I'm guessing it has some other scientific name, but it never grows exceptionally large, and it usually has some really nice color inside, and when it gets cut, it tends to darken and get reds and browns in it. And I brought back some small tag alder, and the largest one is probably, I don't know, 3.5, 4 inches on the stump and 12 foot tall. And it's kind of a bushy thing. It doesn't really grow like a single stem like a tree. But anyway, what I've decided to do was make these little acorn boxes. And it's just a little slip lid hollow box. And it is made from the tag alder, which is junk wood. It costs you nothing. And the stuff cuts really fine. Finish is really good, and as you can see, it has color to it, and this really has less color than some of it. Some of it will get kind of orangey reds in it, and really cool. Now, what do you use them for? Well, you could put earrings in them if you had or a little necklace, if you had a granddaughter or daughter that you had one of those things for, and skip box. And what we did is we made little stands for these things to set on, and then the other gift is inside this. So it's not just a box from Walmart or one of the big box stores or something you dug up in the mail or whatever. This was actually made by you, and there's all kind of things you can do to it. This is just sanded and finished, but you can stain them, you can texture the tops, and I left this little stem on here, which is where the live center was setting, and it takes like 20 minutes to turn one of these out, and then maybe another 20 minutes to finish it, put a finish on it, and something people really look at and go, hey, that's cool. Secondly, I had a friend of mine's got a used furniture store, and obviously gets used furniture. Some of it is so well used, it's not sellable. And I was at a store a couple of weeks ago, and I noticed there was 4 large wood table legs sitting in the corner where the throwaway stuff goes. So I said to him, I said, what are you going to do with those? And he said, oh, they're trash. I said, can I have the table legs? Sure. So I brought them home, and they were probably 4 inches on the big end, and 33, 36 inches long, probably 33 inches long. I'm sure it was a dinette set. And of course, they tapered from the 4 inches down to about 1 3/4 at the end, where the no scar skid pad was. And what I discovered was, I've got a midi lathe, and if I took about a 14-inch piece of that and stuck it between centers and turned a tenon on one end and then used the live center on the other, I could go down the length of that and turn out a whole bunch of these little tops. And these are really kind of cool. I have grandsons and granddaughters, and this is one that I'm messing around with. I'm trying to figure out. Years ago I had a top that when you spun it whistled, so I'm in the process here of trying to develop this ring that when it spins it'll catch enough air to make it whistle. And I'm not sure I can do that, because the whistling top I had was metal, and you know, it had a rod in the middle of it. You pumped it up, and that's been 55 years ago. I don't make them anymore. But anyway, this and others like it have been made and are going to be given out for just stocking stuffers. Material cost me nothing. It was used rather than thrown in a landfill. It is maple, and when it's finished up, it's bone dry, and when it takes a finish, sand takes a finish excellently. And when it's all done, finished up, somebody's got a nice little gift here, a child. They'll get a great deal of pleasure out of it, and I've got like a half a dozen of them made up, and I've given some of them away to kids that are kids of people I know, and they're really cool. So there's a couple of things. Now, today's challenge. Been making a bunch of pens that my wife has been painting by hand. This is one of them. I don't know how much of this you'll see, but it is done in the notion that the pen is actually made out of a acrylic blank. Well, what this actually is, regardless of what the shape is, this is actually a streamline pen kit, or excuse me, slimline pen kit with the stripe in the clip. And all I did was I used a different center bushing to turn the blank. I believe the bushing I used was out of a mobile kit. So this is pretty healthy inside here. And as you can, I don't know if you can see it or not, but as you can see there, the clip just clears the tip of the pen, the cap end of the pen. So, and then of course it tapers down to 7mm here on the end where the nib is. But what this does is, you can turn these. This happens to be dried birch underneath here. Hard, very hard, very strong. And what this does is it allows my wife and I to, this is for a grandson that's 7 years old, maybe 8. So now he has a swanky looking pen with gold bands on it and everything. The bands are gold painted on, and the shape is done on the lathe, so it's not really a band, it's just cut into the wood. But he has a really fancy looking pen here that literally indestructible, won't cost anything. I mean, if the CA chips and the paint pops off, no big deal. We'll just pull it apart, put it back in the lathe, put it back on. But in the meantime, he's got something he wanted for Christmas and really cool. Well, the project is, this got all done, and, excuse me, and my wife took a look at it and said, no, this isn't what I want to do. So today's project, and I'll try to get some video of this, is we're going to take this pen apart. Apart being take the clip cap off and take the nib out, and then we're going to put it back up on a lathe, and we're going to gently turn the CA off and gently sand the paint off and reseal the wood so my wife can redo it. So we'll try to get a little bit of video of that in the process of things. In the meantime, merriest of Christmases, and we will be back with you in just a bit.